How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a spectacular day. Today we are looking at how I was able to get over 23,000 Capital Peak gold on my second account, the Angel of Death. So we're going to take a look at which bases I attacked and how I took them out. First off, we are looking at a Barbarian Camp. Was not able to quite two-shot it. I'm still getting more and more practice with the graveyards and learning what strategies to use. But we're coming in with the graveyard spam. However, we're using the rocket balloons instead of the rams and the super wizards. Trying it out, seeing if we can get all of these air defenses and potentially set up the base for a second attack. Now the rocket balloons are level 3, so I think potentially when they are level 4 and maxed out, it might work a little bit better. But the big key threats for the balloons on the Barbarian Camp base, one of course is the rocket artillery, and then these pesky air bombs. They do a ton of splash damage. Next up are the air defenses. They have a large range and do a lot of damage. And then last are the rapid rockets and the spear throwers. So we drop in the graveyards over these sections that have a lot of the air targeting defenses. And you can see that the base is not really going down that quickly. Having to use a lot more balloons on specific defenses than I thought. And the minion does get the last camp. So we got 2,620 on the first attack. But now, in theory, we have set it up for the second attack. So we drop it on the rocket artillery, the back end air bombs, and the air bombs on the left-hand side. So now they are able to work through the majority of the base, as we've taken out the air targeting defenses that were on the first row of defenses. Now there are a lot of the ground targeting defenses on this second row around the core of the base. And yeah, the problem is that there's these rapid rockets, and they are protecting the air bombs. So unfortunately, the graveyards were not quite able to get the base taken out, as we have the 2 rapid rockets, Tesla, and the air bombs left. Now the attack does go on for another 2 minutes, just as the remaining Larrys. There are 3 air Larrys that are going ham on the trash buildings. So it's always good to just let the attack time out, because you never know, you might hit a couple of traps and it might help out your clanmates. Not the most exciting thing to watch, I know, but I do like to see the end score where we were able to get 4,860. Next up, we are looking at a builder's workshop, and we were able to two-shot it. This one was a little bit under-leveled, not even quite having 8,000 worth of gold. So we drop in some rams, test for traps, drop in some of the giants, and then the rest of the super wizards down below. Drop 1 to help tank for the giant cannon, multi-mortar, and the blast bow. So now it's just a matter of trying to protect each of the groups. The wizards down on the bottom are having a little hard time with this cannon. And then they do get taken out by the giant cannon. But the Larrys from the graveyard spell are gonna take out that bottom section. And then we do have a few more rams to help try and open up some of the walls, test for traps for the second attack. Now the remaining skeletons are just coming up think they do end up getting this Tesla, which is nice. And as you can see, there's a decent chunk of the base left, but it's very spread out. And we have the power that comes from using the graveyard spell, which is having a much more powerful second attack. So we're just going to have them all spawn around this town hall area. Drop in some of the giants. We ended up bringing, I believe, 6 this time. Maybe 7 or 8. Just because there's not really that many walls for the rams to target. I mean, they can eventually target the walls on the top right-hand side, but it's much better to have the giants in front that you know are for sure going to tank for the super wizards. And then just sprinkle in a ram or 2 to help open up. Specifically on bases like this, if there are bases where there are a huge compartment of walls that you can target on the second attack, then definitely still bring the rams, as they are quite tanky. And they're able to test for traps much easier. Like that one ram got a zap trap and a giant bomb, which is awesome. Send in another ram to try and open up this wall. Because all that's really left that is a threat is the giant cannon and potentially this crusher. But as you can see, all of the ground targeting layers there starting to group up and target this section. And we're down to 1 super wizard, but we have like 5 giants in front of it, so it is not going to be going down anytime soon. And all of those layers actually take out the back end crusher, which is hilarious. So last but not least, it's the last building. And on this attack, we didn't get much on the first hit, but set it up nicely for the second, and we got 5,505 plus 60 bonus gold. So then I wanted to do a couple of test attacks to see what a first hit would look like on a skeleton park. So we drop in a barbarian to help clean up, or help to destroy some of the trash buildings to open up the deployment zone. And the idea is to push through the core of the base from this right-hand side and try and get as much as possible. We're going in heavy on the giant side because there aren't too many walls. I think I probably could have brought maybe like 2 more rams instead of 1 giant, as you'll see later on. But we have this giant group of super wizards, and they're just going ham on this base. So the graveyards are doing a spectacular job tanking for the super wizards. And now we only have 1 more ram. So we are able to open up this wall. However, as you might be able to see, there is a bomb tower guarding this wall section. So we might have been able to get a little bit more, but you'll see here, this bomb tower, even though it's very low level, it is chunking all of these troops. It's doing probably hundreds of damage and splash. Just crazy. So that 1 small bomb does take out the remaining health of the super wizard, but we do have a few more of the giants left, and they're just going around taking out a few more of the defenses. And we're able to walk away with 3,970. And last but not least, we were looking at how the first hit would do on a Golem Quarry. This is a very new Golem Quarry. It's only 6,500 loot available. But I see that there's only this multi-mortar that's protecting this area on the left-hand side. There's no other splash, so I'm thinking that maybe 1 graveyard will take all of that out. We, of course, then drop the other graveyards on the rocket artillery and the expo to help distract with those. And then we had the option to go with the right-hand flank or up this middle section of the base. And I went with the middle section because I did want to try and have the troops potentially loop around into this left-hand section. And then, depending on their strength and how they split, maybe there might be enough to get through the center of the base. Unfortunately, we do have some of the giants that are a little bit lagging behind, so we do lose a bunch of these super wizards. But we're able to take out the rocket artillery and the other blast bow. We weren't actually able to really take out as much as I thought on this left-hand side. There's just enough single target defenses that the Larrys were not able to overpower them. Which is too bad, but a good thing to know. And so we're able to walk away with 3,730 on this last attack. And that's how, in total, was able to get up to 23,155 as a capital peak level 8. So I hope this video was helpful. You might have been able to learn some things and how to be able to pick and choose which bases to hit, which angles to use. They still had not nerfed the graveyard spell this weekend, so it is still the dominant strategy, and you're still able to two-shot a lot of bases. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the video and want to see more, I encourage you to subscribe and hit the like button. And there should be another video on the screen if you feel inclined to watch more of my content. Thanks for watching. Take care.